to cut this right about here.
So in order to print anything, you have to set the type. So it's all individual letters that you place together. So you just put the card in like that. This is where all the letters are right inside. So it's all held inside there in a frame. How are you? So when I get the press running, the rollers, they go right up to get the ink from the plate. So it's rolling it from here, picking up all my lettering, engage the handle, it presses together, and prints. This printing press is 133 years old. So this is a key that fits in here. Excuse me, I'll come in this side here. Let's see, there's more space there. So I'm going to unlock this. And it's a spacer that's not in there. We actually do up a cookbook, so it's all the recipes you see there being cooked. And then we have them for sale at the gift shop.
So on the left, those two shelves, those are reproduction pieces. And that's what the potter makes. They get the measurements from these pots up on the top. They're original and they date back to the late 1800s. The doctor would say what they needed, and then the pharmacist would mix it up. He had an herb grinder, which would pulverize the herbs pretty fine. And then he had various and sundry things that he would use and mix. You didn't get a prescription as quickly as you can today.
Okay.
If you needed pills, he had to mix it. He'd mix the compound, and it could be any color depending on the ingredients he put in. This happens to be a bluish green compound. And then to make you the pills that you would need, he would make the dough into a long tube, and then he would use this machine here which cuts pills.
Oh my God.
And there you go, there's your pills. Now, they're all different sizes, and so when he put them in a container for you, there would be a little bit of flour in the bottom of it so that you could shake them around so that the powder would coat them, the flour would coat them so they wouldn't stick. And then you would see there'd be many different sizes. And your doctor would probably tell you take 2 small ones or 1 large one and then come see me in about a week. This machine over here is a suppository maker. Not everyone could swallow pills, not everything could be put into a syrup, and sometimes, especially if someone was very ill to their stomach and couldn't keep anything down, a suppository was the answer because their body didn't reject that as easily as food going down into their stomachs. And everything that all these bottles in here says it is that's exactly what's inside it. These are all very original, very old. Most of them well over 100, 120 years old.
Oh, look how fabulous. Wow. And that globe that you see there in the window is called a show globe, and that's a universal symbol of the drugstore. So if somebody came into the village and couldn't speak English or couldn't read, if they saw that hanging in the window, they knew they could get drugs here. Fantastic. This sort of looks like a heart.
Okay. So this was Donald McDonald Taylor, and Donald McDonald started his tailoring business in 1847 at the age of 18. And back then he would hand sew your suit, and it would take him about a week from start to finish. And it would cost you $11.50. And if you wanted the shirt, that was 25 cents extra. And he tailored here in Sherbrooke for 63 years. And everything that you see here on the shelves would have been shipped in from Boston, New York, England, And
So he didn't make the hats.
he did not make the hats, no. Those are the original beaver skin hats, and these are the bowlers, and up there are the boys' hats, and back here is the sweatshop where the women used to work to do the ironing.
And it was called a sweatshop back then, huh?
It was called a sweatshop back then, yes. Yeah. And the irons range in weight from 2 pounds to 40 pounds.
This jail was actually started in the 1860s. It was a jail from 1968. Henry Barnes was our last jailer. He lived on that side with his family. Our 3 men's cells were here. 2 ladies' cells are upstairs. Okay. Yes, you certainly can. Watch your head going up and coming down. And this right here, it's called the Mourning Wreath. It's an M-O-U-R.
Oh.
And it's actually made of human hair.
Oh my God.
It's all human hair. It was made in memory of someone that passed.
And what's your function here?
I was just coming to give this lady a break, but ordinarily I usually work with children that come into the village, school children.
She has a perfect program. It's called Hands on History, and they bring children in for what? For some 3 days?
48 hours.
48 hours.
Oh my God. So we have a
Tell them.
special house down at the end. It's called Brigley House. Last people who lived in it. And upstairs in the top are bunk beds for the children. And then we have chaperones. And when they come into the village, they're dressed in costume. And they spend different times going around to all the buildings and meet all the artisans. And everything that they make, they take home with them at the end of their time here. It's a really good way to learn history. That is what you touch with your hands, you remember.
Good. Right at the moment, I was just finishing up a few tasting spoons. These are all hand scooped, this back and forth like this, until I get it all scooped out to the shape I want. When I do, I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to do the back of it. The back is all done with what we call a spoke shape. It's by going back and forth like this. And when I get it all rounded over, I'm going to take what we call a wood rasp. I'm going to smooth it out like this. I'm going to grab a piece of sandpaper, sand the inside out, and when it's finished, it's going to look like this one. When you, this is called a tasting spoon. So when you mix up your soup, you put a little bit of the broth on here, you run it down the grill, and you taste from the back side. This old lady dates back to the 1860s. And I have lots of different circles to do different stuff.
You're really good at this.
And that's the point of the spinning top, what I'm making right now.
Alright, so, okay, I'm just gonna...
There you go,
this.
yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
Alright.